Hi, my name is Katerina Ramos. I am the Red Wolf Education and Outreach Coordinator for North Carolina Wildlife Federation. And my job is exactly what it sounds like. I handle the Red Wolf Education and Outreach here in eastern North Carolina in the 5-county area where the only wild population of red wolves exist. So we just got on to Alligator River National Wildlife Refuge, and this is one of the 9 that exist along the coast of eastern North Carolina. But it is one that holds a very special place in my heart because it is the location of the very first red wolf reintroduction. In 1987, they released 4 pairs of red wolves onto Alligator River National Wildlife Refuge to begin the very first reintroduction of red wolves back into its historic range. Huge, you can just feel the magical energy that it has, and it's just always great to be out in the wild and enjoying nature as it is.
Tim Whitaker, CEO, North Carolina Wildlife Federation, nonprofit organization that's been in existence since 1945, working to protect, conserve, and restore wildlife and wildlife habitat in North Carolina. Here at the Red Wolf Center and Pocosin Lakes National Wildlife Refuge, home of the last remaining wild red wolves in existence in these refuges in northeastern North Carolina. One of the most important things I think we've been involved with is the education component of red wolves on the landscape and demystifying any of the myths about the big bad wolf. So there's appreciation for having large predators on the landscape and those ecosystems and habitats that they need for survival. One of the most important things we do is we help run the Red Wolf Center and provide the educational interpretive programming on red wolves. Folks can come in to the center, learn all about red wolves, their history, their function on the landscape, and there's a pair of breeding red wolves in there that folks can see in person as well as follow on our live streaming cameras 24 hours a day. 1 camera in the den and 1 camera in the large capacity where they're located. So bringing that awareness and that connection to nature and to wildlife to help support these species and the ecosystems that they depend on is very important.
My name is Rocky Carter. I'm a board member for the North Carolina Wildlife Federation, living at the coast here in North Carolina. It's been a great opportunity for me today to learn about the significance and the importance of the red wolves, and I have been able to tour their habitat today, their range, get a feel for how they interact with all the other animals that live in their area.
My name is Kate Grreiner. I'm the Vice President of Philanthropy and Communications for North Carolina Wildlife Federation. For me personally, they're an incredibly inspiring species. They're a wildlife underdog. Many people in the U.S. and in North Carolina don't even know that there are wild red wolves roaming. So making sure that you stay well informed as to how many wild red wolves there are and telling the story of the red wolf. It's a fascinating story, and it's important that more people become aware of the species on the landscape.
So present day, our red wolf population is still needing a lot of help. Eastern North Carolina, specifically the 5-county area of Beaufort, Dare, Hyde, Terrell, and Washington counties are the last places where red wolves exist in the wild. And so current efforts to help them are to create more breeding pairs on the landscape, to create more opportunities for pup fostering, and as well as creating more tolerance and acceptance of the red wolf on the landscape.
And it's incredibly important. We can't do that work without the generosity of others and those who care about returning wild red wolves to the landscape in North Carolina and putting their trust in NCWF to put their money, to put their funds to good use for the species.
I would encourage people to come and visit this place, to learn about the red wolves and their history and how important they are to this part of the universe.
The reason why they're really important to me is because, of course, they are an apex predator. They're really great ecologically. They are part of the driver to keep a balanced ecosystem, but also because it's super important to me for the next generation to be able to have wildlife in their lives and not wake up one day and curse the conservationists of the past for not preserving a species like the red wolf. And so not only do I think they're super ecologically important, but it's also important to preserve our wildlife in general so that our next generation has the opportunities to see and appreciate the same things that we get to see and appreciate. And so I hope as time goes on, we continue to foster this love and appreciation for the species that only exists here in Eastern North Carolina.